What? You think what? On Tuesday? Because today is World Book Day. I'm a booktube channel, so here I am. So yeah, this is also. I decided to make a new tag. This is the World Book Day tag. I'm gonna start though with some unwrapping, but that's just kind of prelude to the tag. But yeah, here we know at least this today is what we call World Book Day. It's when Shakespeare died. It's when Miguel Cervantes was born. This is the day we celebrate. Even though sad, we don't really celebrate it, but that's kind of the day that we have. I know people in England talk about it like it's in March, but to us, World Book Day is today, the 23rd of April. Also, I heard today that today is the day that most people have birthdays today in Norway, so that's fun and interesting. Could be fun to be born on book day. But anywho, let's get to the unwrapping first. Uh, uh, I'm not sure if I seem a bit gripey, a bit mad. It's because I tried to post on Instagram twice now, and for some reason Instagram doesn't want me to post it. I found lots of pictures, lots of text, and then at the end didn't want to post. But yeah, I want to do this still. So starting with the fun new books. As I said earlier, I ordered a lot of those books last week, and yeah, they were on their way soon. So here they are. So I got new books. I have The Roommates by Rosa Dunham. So I have read this book from the library, but I own it. So yeah, love this one. It's contemporary romance, very sex positive, and yeah, it's just the best book. Then we have a book here. I don't know which book is which. Just the Regency Switch by Helen Gaskell. This is a time travel romance. I believe one of them is maybe both of them are sapphic, like women. I'm not sure. I think one of them at least is. And yeah, here for it, of course. We love us some time travel books here at my corner of the book notes. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Then we have, sorry, My Big Fat Fake Marriage by Charlotte Stein. I have listened to this one on audio, but now I have it physical and fun to have physical as well. And then we have something that's not okay. I'm gonna need scissors or something for this one. Uh, Give me a moment. Ba-da-ba-da-bum-bum. Ba-dum-bum-bum. We're gonna do the knife thingy. Bum. And then we do it there. Kind of weird why this one is wrapped like that, but the other ones weren't. Not sure why, but it just is. Now let's unwrap it normally. Ooh, yes, nice. I ordered this very recently, so nice. Already get something more by Jackie Kelly. This is a Palestinian Canadian, and she's also autistic, so nice. So, ba-ba-da-ba-dum. So that is my little book haul for today. And I had some books that I showed you in the live yesterday. But yeah, now let's get to the juice of this video, to the book tag. So, give me a moment to find my notes. Yeah. Let's start because this is World Book Day. At least here in my corner it is. I keep on saying that, but yeah. So let's start with this question. Five books you wish existed. This you can interpret this in different ways. It can be a book that's you if you want a third book in a duology, like you want more books in a series. It could be an author that hasn't published something in a long time. Martin, I think maybe George R. R. Martin fans have kind of lost hope, but yeah. It could be about something that you don't really feel like exists or that you haven't really found. I suppose again, there's a lot of books out in the world. There's probably a book for everything, but yeah. So yeah, for me, my answer is one. I want a story with a romance set at the Library of Alexandria. You might think, oh, that's just your library. No, the Library of Alexandria, wasn't real place in ancient Egypt. And yeah, I think a romance set there, either a time travel romance or just people there falling in love. Could be so cool. I mean, it did try for a while before it was burned down, so yeah, I think that would be so fun. And then we have an indie bookstore romance because I mean it's always fun to read about. Well, I suppose this probably exists. I'm thinking, but yeah. Anyway, I just want to read a book where it's people who don't work in Barnes and Noble, but who people who work in small bookstores or smallish bookstores, and they fall in love with each other. And yeah, I mean, books about books is always fun, at least in my mind. Then I got this idea while drawing the other day, and I just kind of thought, that's a weird thought. But then again, why not? So yeah, and I just kind of have like keywords, but teleporting bookstores. I think it can be kind of fun if you went into a bookstore, and then maybe if you weren't walked into like the corner in the bookstore, you went suddenly in a bookstore in England or in France, or suddenly you were in a different bookstore. I think that could be fun. That could be something to do with that. Could be fun to read about, really. I think that could be fun. And then we have a romance bookstore. Sorry, romance B&B bookstore. So B&B, where people who use it are authors or maybe I suppose it's kind of like based on the thing where in in Scotland, in Wigtown, you actually have a bookstore where you can rent the apartment above it, so you can it's a B&B and Airbnb and a bookstore, so you can like holiday in it and then be a bookstore owner for like a few days or what have you. And I think like that's like a romance around that kind of thing could just be fun. I think like that could be quite fun, really. Sorry. And then last but not least, how that yeah, a book convention. So I mean, because BookCon happened last week, at least when I'm filming this. I don't know when you're watching this. And yeah, like people often a lot of people come to these conventions. They come to uh book expos. And yeah, you can have a romance between two authors, a romance between a author and a bookseller, two bookstagrammers, love in there. I feel like that could be just be so fun. Again, I suppose could be that they exist, but like still, I feel like more books like this could be fun. Like talking about books you want to see. I mean, I feel like sometimes when people like post about like, there's no books like this. I want more books like this. There's no books about that. And then people write in comments, there's this and this and this and this. I mean, it's hard knowing about all the books in the world because there are lots of books in the world, aren't there? Yeah, there are quite a lot of them. Bum. And then we have five books that changed your life. Now, this again could be interpreted in a lot of different ways. It could be the first book by a favorite author of yours. It could be a book that took you out a book slump. Interpret as you want, really. I'm going to go with these five. So I'm starting with Vampire Academy, or okay, I'm saying Vampire Academy. This is Blood Promise, but I'm kind of talking about the whole series. So I suppose, yeah, 5 books or series that change your life. It doesn't have to be a standalone book. But this series, I started when I was 16 and I just loved it from the get go. And then I got lots of good friends from it. And also just kind of the hype around when the movie was happening because it took some years before it really came to be. And then the movie happened, and yeah, I mean, the movie's a movie, but still. And also now I'm rereading it with friends on BookTube, and it's just so fun to be back in this world. And yeah, I love it so much. It just taught me so much, and yeah. And then we have Geek Girl by Holly Smale, and here I'm talking about the first book, though I suppose it could be the whole series in a way also. And honestly, for me, this is actually the first time I saw myself in a book. So Harriet Manners, the main character in this story, she gets bullied a lot, so much to the point that she actually cliche she goes to the toilet and cries, kind of like Mean Girl style. But yeah, I feel like that doesn't really, at least in my case, I don't really feel like I read that in books, but people are bullied to that point in books really. And I was bullied quite a lot in my young years. Not that I'm ancient now, but you know. And also, Harriet feels quite different in a lot of ways. And yeah, Renee in her teen years was difficult. So I relate to Harriet so much. So yeah, this changed my life because I felt so seen by Harriet. And yeah. Then we have a red, white, and royal blue, which is actually, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna say it kind of changed my life because it kind of opened my life to romance books. Before this, I read a romance now and then, but like after this book, it just gave me such a hug of a book. And after this, I just read much more romances after this book. I still reread it every now and then. I still haven't seen the movie, but yeah, this book is just amazing in my mind. No, nothing, no comments. No, it's a perfect book in my mind. Then we have Soulless by Gail Carriger. The first book I read by Gail Carriger. The first steampunk book I read also, and now I have a whole steampunk shelf. A lot of them by Gail Carriger, but also other authors. And yeah, and again, I found a community through Gail Carriger's Facebook group. I'm not that involved in it anymore, but still, it helped me for sometimes. So yeah, that book. And last but not least, An Extraordinary Union by Alyssa Cole. This one was my introduction to historical romance. It was kind of weird way when you think because it's, I mean, historical romance is an old genre. This is a quite new book. Came out in 2018. Yeah, was it 18? Came out in 2017, almost. Uh, but yeah, I just loved it so much. I love the mix of it not being the white people in the center, but it's all about African American spies, but also love happens, and I love that mix so much. And yeah, also as I said, my first political book, but my first historical affairs. It's the first historical book she wrote, but yeah, you know. So yeah, that's my 5 books that changed my life. And then we have. Ba-ba-da-ba-dum. I kind of plan to do like a lot, but like this could be a lot. Yeah, you know what? Still, I am gonna do that still. Yeah. A little moment. Well, should say this. How do you define that? Yeah, you know what? Ba-ba-da-ba-dum. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Ba-bum, bum, bum. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, 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 bum. And this prompt is five recent favorites. Now, are all these like I suppose how do you define recent? I haven't read all of these. Well, some of them I read some years ago, but they're not like books I read 20 years ago. I read my whole life. Okay, so I suppose you could say this is kind of just talk about some favorites of yours. Doesn't have to be most recent. Interpret recent as you want. It can't be. I'm gonna say it can't be books from 2010. But books you, yeah, I would say books you read the last 5 years. I would say that's recent. That's recent. So first we have Julia's Song is Unnotable, which actually came out last year, and I love it so much. It's great, great book. And yeah, it's contemporary romance. Asian Americans find love. Can't think Paris Geller, but like in an Asian American rapping, and yeah, it's just so cool. And then we have Blonde Identity by Ali Carter, read it last year, came out 2 years ago. This is a spy romance set around Europe. So rompy and good and love it. And then we have The Bone Spindle by Leslie Weather. Now I read this 3 years ago, maybe now. Yeah, 3 years ago. But still, it's just a recent dish favorite, and I love it so much. It's a fairy tale remix. It's dual point of view. It's it's so sapphic and funny and great world building, and I just love it so much, so much. And then we have Knockout by Sarah McLean, or I suppose you can also say like this series Hell Spells. This is historical romance, but also with I would say kind of some Robin Hood-ish because every book has like a mystery they have to like take down. Either it's like smuggling or it's like mm, it's people who are yeah, it's different mysteries. They kind of try to take down bad guys, and they kind of help this police, but like it's more or less them who do it. But they give evidence to the police. So yeah. And then we have Silly in Technicolor by Macy Eddings. Now, this one I read 3 years ago, so a little while ago, but still, it's recent-ish. And I recently bought it myself. I got it, I did it like originally I read it from the library, and now I own it. And yeah, it's a romance set during the summer after college. No, sorry, after high school, before college. And these two lovely teens fall in love and it travels around Europe, and it's just the best book ever. So yeah, and then we have yeah, um, yeah. Do we have that? Yeah, yeah. You know what? Then we have five books on your immediate TBR. So as in five books you want to read soon. I mean, people are mood readers, whatnot, but at least often you have books you want to read soon, I would say. So I'm gonna go with The Faraway Inn by Sarah Beth Durst. Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. Yes, haven't read this yet, but I do plan to. Violet White is not a villain anymore. Against White Feminism, Rafia Sakira. And Behooved by M. Stevenson. So that's my recent TBR list. Uh, ba-ba-da-ba-da, yeah, ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna yeah. And then we have five books. Sorry, it's five books. I don't know why I said five again. But yeah, now we have authors to always recommend, as in authors that you talk to people like, you should check out this author. This author has like so many cool books. It could be an author that you read a lot from. It could be an author that you read some books from, but love those books. It's up to you. With me personally, I talk often about Alyssa Cole's books. I love her historical romance books. I also like her contemporary ones, but I would say personally I like her historical ones more, but they're so good. And then I talk about Gail Carriger. She just has so many great books. Honestly, I used to say she was an autobiographer. Now she's not because like there was one book by her that I didn't love, but like 99% of the books I read by her I love. So yeah. And then we have what? Yeah, you know what? And then I want to go for Charlotte Stein. I've just read two books by her, but both of them were amazing. So yeah, uh, so yeah, it's a recent favorite author, but yeah. And then we have again Alexandria Bellefleur. She's an author that I read one book that I didn't love, but most of the books I love so much, and some of them I love a lot, like this one. So yeah, like that we have it. That'll be three. Well, four. It doesn't have. Honestly, this doesn't have to be five offers. But if you want to do five offers, do it. That's up to you, really. Uh, then we have offers you want to try, as in offers you haven't tried yet. So blah 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 blah. Give me a moment. I don't feel like I can have that many books that offers don't. I haven't. I don't actually have. I want to try. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, just give me a moment. A momentito. Yeah, could actually find. Talking about enough. I know. Yeah, we have it. So we have Lana Ferguson. I'm actually doing a buddy read with this in May, so I'm gonna try it soon. But yeah, heard she writes great books. Then we have L. Gonzalez Rose. I have started this one, haven't gotten far in it, but I have two books by her, and yeah, I want to give her a shot. Surely, and this is a romance, and yeah, I want to get this book, and I also believe they have more books out. So yeah, heard good things of this book also. Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. Heard great things. I've started slightly. I need to get more into it. And then we have Mass Events. This is an adult book. I have two middle grade books by them. And yeah, I want to give it a go. Then we have. You know what? I'm just gonna drop those because I'm tired of it. Yeah. And then we have, and this, I'm gonna cheat a bit, but yeah. Then we have fictional dinner. As in, you know, the old question, who would you invite to a dinner party? And in this here, I'm gonna just say it has to be fictional people. It can't be people from. It can't be like be. It can't be. It can't be an author. It has to be a character from a story. Now, as I said, I'm gonna cheat here because I actually have made a video about this topic, so I'm gonna link that here. But yeah, if you want to do this tag and you haven't done an own video, who's on your fictional dinner party list? I'm curious. And then we have, yeah, if you could, go, if you had to, not if you could, you have to go into one fictional world. And a fictional world, I mean like it's a high fantasy world. It's a different world. Which world would you go to? So, which high fantasy place would you do you think you're fried? Or maybe you would die quickly. I don't know how you'd interpret this. I suppose you would jump into the wall and soon die. That could happen. But yeah. So with me here, I am going to go with. Hmm. Yeah, it's a good question. I should think about stuff myself. Also, I'm just like I'm preparing stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go with the bone spindle world. because even though a lot of it is dangerous and whatnot, everything is not dangerous, and I feel like it's beautiful castles and stuff like that. I feel like if you were a background character, you wouldn't necessarily die. Like the main characters are in danger and whatnot, but if you're just in the background there, you could just see stuff and you wouldn't really be affected. You would just see the beautiful castles and whatnot. So yeah, and then yeah, sorry. And the next question is, which book would you want to go into? In here, I'm just gonna say like this could be a contemporary book, could be a non-fiction book, just a book. It can be like, yeah, no matter what. And again, you don't have to be the main character. It's just like you're in the bookish world. I'm gonna go with Farce by Alexandra Belfer, because again, this is modern day times, so it's not like bad plumbing and whatnot, but it's like I feel like if you were, because I'm gonna interpret it as like you were like in the sidelines in the story. So like if I was a friend of Tansy or something, it could be fun and nice. And nothing's dangerous happening here really. So drama's happening, yeah, but nothing dangerous. So yeah. And I had a few more prompts, but I'm just gonna stop there because it's gotten quite long and doesn't really have to be that long. But anywho, happy that you celebrated ish World Book Day by me. Well, by me, with me. If you saw this today, maybe you didn't. And yeah, who am I gonna tag? I'm gonna tag everyone. No, but I also want to tag Noah. I'm curious how they would answer these questions, though they have answered them in some ways, in some places. And then other than that, yeah, so many nice people on BookTube come tagging some people, not others. It's difficult, so I'm just gonna say if you want to do it, tag you're it. Everyone can do it. So yeah. Happy World Book Day.